welcome everyone to your Poga experience, your yoga for paddlers. We're going to be starting in hands and knees. We're going to go right into our hands and knees position. And we'll take the hands out just a little longer than normal. And we're going to draw some big circles with the pelvis. But to work out stiffness from the night before, I really love this personally, and change directions. Finding stillness in the hips, bringing the hands back under the shoulders. And from here, we'll move into some cat and cow, sealing the lips, breathing in and out through the nose if you can. On your inhale, lift the hips, arching through the spine, the heart, and exhaling top tail first. And then that will continue up the spine, chin to chest. Continuing with your breath. Really taking this in as your breath work to start the practice. We was not sign up. No one's respecting the sign-ups for it.
I thought they were automatic sign-ups. Someone told me that.
I thought that everyone signed up and then you have to take yourself off. Is that how it works?
Yeah. Well, yes and no. For those people that signed up for extra classes, like can do the third class, you have to sign up for what you want. Like, I'm not automatically in this class. I choose to do it
Got
as
it.
extra. So it's only if you're automatically signed up in the beginning for those 2 or 3 classes.
Okay, makes sense. All right, walk the hands out again, so just a little bit longer. Inhale here. As you exhale, sit the hips back towards the heels. Inhale to come up, and exhale to sink back. So normally when we do a child's pose, we bring the knees really far apart, but we're keeping the knees in this case under the hips and just going into as much hip and knee flexion as our bodies are open to at this point. And as you draw forward, option to gently let the hips fall towards the mat and then send it back again. So we're just going through the back bend, hips dropping and opening, and then sending everything back into flexion. Pause at the top, bringing hands under shoulders. We'll go into some bird dogs. So we're gonna alternate sides. Usually we do one side for several reps and then we change. But today we're gonna be doing alternating sides as we go. So it doesn't matter what side you wanna start on, opposite arm and leg will come out. Think about a straight line and then come back in and plant. And second side. If you're following your breath, you're likely moving slower than you want to move. This is something that's we have to negotiate with if we are strength training and working out in the gym, right? Because we have this idea of how fast we're supposed to move through movements sometimes. And in yoga, we're going to be moving just a little slower. Giving the mind and body time to connect, not just pass by each other, but really connect and feel like there's a synergy there. Nice, bringing back into the tabletop. This time we'll widen the knees out, big toes stay together, and the hips are sent back to the heels first. So get as far back as you can. You need to keep your arms high, keep them high. So we're finding that deepest range. And then without losing where you are, that depth. So my hips are on my heels. I'm going to try to keep it there. Then I'm going to come down, but I'm not going to come down so far that it makes my butt come up. Okay. That's my goal. So try that out. That might mean I need to come down to elbows on my child's pose here. Walking hands over to the right side of the mat, lift the head, bringing it with you, and then the left arm will come over too. So we're in a lateral bend while we're here. Now try to keep the hips level and the hips down. So nothing in the low body has changed. Nothing in the low body changes as we do this. Breathing deeply into the belly. Then walk it over to the other side. Center, lift yourself back to your table. And we're gonna do a little thoracic spine mobility. This is not a yoga move, but it fits in pretty nicely. So we're gonna bring hand to the back of the head, and we're gonna seal the forearm to the cheek. So that's gonna be there the entire time. It never ever moves away. So we're gonna inhale and open the elbow towards the sky. Now, is your elbow and your arm connected still? Because it's gotta be connected. There's gotta be connected. Yeah, so like not your wrist, but like your forearm. So look at me. So I'm here and I'm gonna open, and my hand, my arm, and my face are staying connected. I don't get to separate my elbow. Yeah, exactly. So the inhale brings us into this position of thoracic engagement, and then the elbow drops down and touches the inside of the forearm that is presenting, or that supporting forearm. So with inhale, we come up. Exhale, we come. There's a little pause at the top as we do this. Keep it going. This is one of the most classic and effective thoracic spine engagement and mobility exercises that there is. So we engage it at the top and then we stretch it at the bottom. Should be heating things up pretty quickly. The last one, up and down, and then we replace the hand. Very nice. So the reason that we're so stringent about this connection is that when we open up like this, it's like a false range of motion. There's no actual more thoracic spine happening here. It's just my elbows like winging out. So that's why this is like it just really keeps everything contained and organized, and a lot of integrity there. So make the connection. We're going to inhale, press into the supporting hand, open twist, exhale to touch the elbow to the forearm. And also, people don't like to do it because, yeah, our range isn't maybe as much as we thought it might be, right? But that elbow winging out isn't really thoracic range. That little pause at the top, really feel that engagement, that twist. One more time, thing. Very nice. Hand comes down. We'll bring the right foot forward to replace the hand. And coming first into a pelvic tilt. So we're dropping the tailbone under, lengthening the low back, squeezing the glute on the back leg, which pushes the hip forward. So when we're squeezing the glute, that squeeze, if you can engage it, some people can't. So if you can't, just like work on it, put your hand there, see if you can get it going. It will extend the hip. So even here, there might be a stretch in the hip flexor and the TFL through the front hip. So maintaining that stretch, we're going to lift the left arm up. And then on the exhale, coming into a bend. So we're maintaining, the most important thing about this is squeezing the glute. So for leverage, arm goes to the inside of the thigh. And then adding on the gaze, the drishti, so we're looking up past the elbow. Keep squeezing your glute, squeezing your glute. Very, very active stretch here. Good, inhale, reaching that arm high. Exhale, bringing it around. So now the outside of the forearm to the outside of the thigh. Right hand to the low back. See if you can re-engage the glute on that side. And breathe at the same time. One more inhalation here. And as we exhale, we'll bring ourselves back into so nice. Left foot forward. First, just making contact with the glute. All right, once we have that engagement, really, really open front hip, arm comes up and over. Continuing to pelvic tilt and really squeeze. Inhale, lift the arm up, exhale to bring it across to the twist. Shoulders relax down. Elevation in your twist, and the exhale brings you back to your table. Right leg is going to come out 90 degrees to the side. Inhale here as you exhale, rocking the hips backwards. Good. This is our little rocky rock, forward and back. You're up, we're going to stay up. So there's two options here. We can keep the leg straight for abduction. So inhaling on the exhale, lifting the leg up. If your leg won't lift, bring your knee in and you can do your lift with a bent knee. So just shortens the lever, making it a little easier. So we inhale in the center, exhale to lift, pressing into the right palm. Inhale down, press into the right palm, lift. Inhale down, right palm press, lift. Inhale down, right palm press, lift. Inhaling down, last one, and exhale. Very nice, bringing that knee in, left foot goes over, inhaling here, exhale to sit. Few rocks forward and back. Thing up with shoulders stacked over the wrists here. For a little more stability, you might walk your hands just like an inch to the right side, just an inch, not a lot. All right, so the inhale happens at the bottom, exhale pressing to the left palm and lift. Inhale to lower, exhale lift. We follow the breath, continue with your breath to help regulate our pace. Because we want to rush this, we don't, I mean, I should speak for myself. I don't really want to take my time here, but the breath forces us to, right? If we're following the breath. This is 5 total, so wherever you are, I've got 2 to go personally. Roll it down. Bringing the knees in and tucking the toes under. We're going to rock back a little bit. You might even rock back enough that your heels lift or your knees lift. So the toes are tucked under, toes are tucked like under. Yeah, there you go. I'm like, how else do I say tuck your toes? Oh, I couldn't think of it. Probably the other way. Good, yeah. Waking up the feet, the big toe in particular. The next time you rock back, the knees lift up the legs as well, coming into a short dog. Keep a really deep bend in the knees here. Yeah, So we're in a little bit of a abbreviated down dog position with a nice bend in the knees, heels are lifted, chest pressing towards the thighs. Pushing back, not up through the hands, but think back. So as you press into the hands, your hips go towards the back wall. Yeah. Good. Walk your hands to your feet. So coming to the back, hanging over the legs with a bend in the knees that allows your belly to touch your thighs somewhere. And then let your head go many times. And pull the back of the neck really. Has a hard time letting go. Gently shaking the head, yes. And no. And then letting the elbows go side to side in a little arcing motion. And every arc, maybe imagine that you're getting your forehead closer to your shins, top of your head closer to the floor. Releasing the elbows, keeping a nice deep bend in the knee. We're going to roll up really slow by pressing into the feet and unfurling the spine. And eventually at the top, shoulders roll down and back, head will lift, and palms open to the front of the room. So in yoga, the palms facing the front is symbolic as a opening, as like I'm ready for whatever life has to offer. But in a biomechanical sense, it is the external rotation of the shoulders, right? So we can practice this as we go internally, right? You can see the posture change pretty significantly. Yeah, so we're kind of like apes walking around like, and then as we open, right, you can really feel that difference. And that's why when we're doing a lot of like yoga postures, we'll say wrap your pinkies inward, because what that is doing is it's actually, right, we have that external rotation. We can try this here. So actually rotate and lift the arms up with that. Yeah, it feels really different. So lower down, internally rotate. Awkward. Yeah, totally. Nice. Just a little insight. Good. Let's move around a little bit. Inhale, arms come high over the head. Exhale, push your bum back and bend your knees as you fold forward. Halfway lifting on an inhale. Exhale, walk it out to your high plank. Inhaling with the high plank. Exhale, lower just the knees down, just the knees. Inhale here as you exhale. Lower halfway down, hug your elbows in, halfway home. Inhale, press up. Exhale down. Inhale, press. Exhale down. Inhale, press. Tuck toes, lift knees. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, walk feet to hands coming to the top of the mat. Exhale, fold over the legs. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to fold. This time, rise through that flat back to stand. On the inhale, arms come over the head. Exhale, hands to Tadasana, arms by your sides. Inhale, arms reach high. Exhale, interlace fingers, turn the hands outside, inside, out. Yeah. Reaching up, 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 shoulders elevate, elongating the sides of the body, and then a little swing side to side. Lateral bends, waking up the sides of the body. As one side lengthens, the other side shortens, and then vice versa. Good. Reaching high, release the grip, sitting down into chair. Reaching out towards the cement wall. Inhale here. As you exhale, right arm opens up. Inhale, center. Exhale, open. Inhale, center. Exhale. A few more rounds. This time on the inhale, straighten the arms, straighten the legs. Exhale, full forward. Halfway lift on the inhale. Exhale, left leg steps back. Pouring weight into the left hand, reach up with the right arm twist. Yeah, great time to use a block under the hand, or you can always lower the back knee. Very nice. Framing the front foot, drop the back knee down, untuck the back toes. On an inhalation, reach the arms over the head. Nice little low lunge position. Interlace fingers, bring them to the back of the head. Big opening for the heart. Sending that front knee forward, forward, forward. If the knee goes over the toes or your heel lifts, then you need to walk your foot out farther away from you. Very nice. Inhaling, reach high. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, glide forward, plank. Exhale, lower knees, and then halfway down. Inhale, back bend, cobra or up dog. Exhale, downward facing. Inhale, feet come to the hands, top of the mat. Exhale, fold over the legs. Inhale, rise to stand. Exhale, Tadasana. Very nice. Inhale, arms lift. Interlacing the elbows. Find that back bend. Soften the knees. We'll push forward of the hips. Good. Inhale, reach straight up. Exhale, forward fold. Halfway lifting on the inhale. Right leg goes back on the exhale. Plant the hand, reach up with the left arm, twist. Shoulders drive down away from the shoulder. So this is shoulder depression. When the shoulder blades slide down the spine and take the shoulders with them. So it elongates your neck. So if your neck looks short, right, in the mirror, you can elongate your neck by sliding those shoulder blades, sliding the shoulder blades down. Good. Dropping the back knee, frame the foot, untuck the back toes. On an inhale, arms come up high over the head. Good. Interlace fingers, bring them behind. Low body moving forward, upper body moving backward. Finding the breath. Good. Inhaling, arms straight up. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, glide forward on your foot. Exhale, lowering just the right knee down, opening up into side. Whole top leg is lifted. Yeah, so that back foot is kicked out behind you. Look at me, Hiroki. See how it's like, yeah, exactly. So it's like a little kickstand. Yeah, to help us with our balance. Take a look at your foot that's lifted and make sure the toes are pointed straight ahead, not up, straight ahead. Yes, so that is the correct position for the hip. So what's happening in the foot is often happening in the hip. So really reach with the heel, reach with the fingers. Good. One more inhale here as you exhale, downward facing. Beautiful. Glide forward to your plank. Dropping the left knee down, opening up, side plank, other side. Opportunity to elongate the neck and depress the shoulders. Lifting with the heel of that lifted leg, not the toes. Breathing. Final inhalation, and as you exhale, downward facing dog. From your down dog, it's an inhale to the left, lift the right leg high. Exhale to bring it to the top of the mat. Inhale, rise up high, lunge position. Yeah, so they're on the ball of the back foot. Nice front knee over front ankle. On the inhalation, straighten the legs, straighten the arms, reach high. Exhale, bend elbows and knees. Good. One more time. Down, stay down. Very nice. Good. We're gonna do a little fun dance with the upper body. You're gonna drop the right arm down. Yep, and then we're gonna change that. Rotator cuff work. Last two, last one. Put up. Yep, inhale, straighten arms and legs. Exhale, we're gonna bend just the front knee. Send yourself back into downward dog. Yeah, settle for downward dog, a few breaths. Take a few cleansing breaths in through the nose, out through the mouth. Great way to release tension and settle the nervous system. Inhaling the left leg high. Exhale to bring it to the top of the mat. Inhale to rise up, island transition. Starting with a bend in the front knee, right over the ankle. Nice. Inhale, straighten legs and arms. Exhale, bend elbows. A few more times. Hold down. This time we're gonna inhale, open the heart by squeezing the shoulder blades together. Exhale, bring elbows to touch. A few more. Squeeze the chest, squeeze the back. Squeeze the chest, back. 2 more times. One. Straighten. Exhale, bending just the front knee so you can plant the hands downward face up. Beautiful. Walking the feet to the hands, coming to the top of the mat. Taking a moment to fold over the legs, let the head go. Good, a little deeper bend in the knees, rolling up to stand. Easy roll, let the arms hang. You get to the top and then finding that shoulder, the extra rotation that allows the heart to lift and the arms open. Very nice. Cool. All right, arms lift high over the head and sit down into chair pose, arms reaching out towards the knee. You're gonna do a little connecting shoulder and hip. So starting with the right side, we're gonna reach the arm forward and let the hip travel with the arm. And now look down, make sure that the knees and hips are basically in alignment. So that left knee isn't going out to the side too much, right? So we wanna control that. Nice, let's go the other way. So you wanna think about, and yeah, that left hand can come back towards the hip. So we wanna think about, it's easy for me to do because I'm looking at myself, which makes it a lot easier. Hips and shoulders on a railroad track. Yeah, let's go the other way. Bring that hip back. And let's go. Good, let's keep switching. Five, 3, 2, 1, and step up. Nice job. Yeah. So that connection between the hip and the shoulder is really important. When we're doing strength training and we're trying to increase range of motion, oftentimes we will stabilize and like cut off a part of the body. So like when we're working on our upper body mobility, we don't want the hips to be with us because the hips, like we talked about, like if I was down here and I'm doing, let's say like opening my hip up, right? So if I open up my hip and I'm like using my whole upper body to do that, I'm not really isolating the hip. So I will isolate my upper body, right? In order to increase the range in my hip. Now, when we're actually in a sport, that's not how sports, right? Like when we're actually doing our sport, that's not how it actually works in real life. So we need to learn both. When we're trying to work on mobility and strength, we must isolate. But when we're actually doing the thing like our dragon boat stroke, we are connecting the hips and the shoulders, right? We have to connect them. We don't want them to be locked. You can't paddle like just locked hips like this, right? We're actually going to connect those things. So it's important to understand the difference. Does that make sense? Yeah, it's a funny thing, but we don't want to get too used to like it was a balance. So anyway, that's why we're doing this now. All right, so back into that position with feet under the hips. We're gonna start to add on a few other things. We're gonna drop down, arms are gonna reach out. Very nice. We're gonna find the rotation, right? We're finding it through the hip shifting forward and which side is the water on. If the right arm is forward and the right hip is forward. Right, the water is on the right, exactly. Yeah, we're trying to get out to the positive catch. So we're gonna take that left arm. Am I with you guys? Yeah, I'm with you guys. We're gonna take the left arm and we're gonna lock that shoulder down and back. Lock the shoulder down and back. So that's your shoulder blade on the left side, back, down. Okay. Now we need to get into the water by laterally dropping. So I'm not going to let you connect your top hand yet. I'm going to have you laterally bend on the right side, drop. Okay. Now connect the arm without bringing the shoulder into the ear. Connect the arm, hold 5 breaths. Is that difficult? Good. If it's not difficult, something is not connecting. If you're able to hold that with ease, something is not connecting. So I'm not trying to be critical, it's just how it is, right? It's like if somebody was like in a plank and they're like, I could just do this forever. You're just not doing it correctly. That's all that's happening, right? So that is the connection, right? We've got 3 things happening here. We've got the hip hinge, right? We've got to hinge forward. We've got to rotate. We've got to drop. Okay, so you'll notice I'm doing all of these things without my arms. And this is why it's important to practice this, because often as we get in the boat, we start to canoe. And we all canoe, right? So nice, you know, right? But we are not canoeing, right? I mean, that's actually, if you talk to canoers, they're like, that's not how you're supposed to canoe either. But anyway, sorry, canoers. So I want to practice that. I mean, we're going to bring the arms out of it completely. Wait, we got to do it on the other side. Okay, we got to do a hold on the other side. Okay. All right, so now the water's on the left side, getting into the bend. Arms reach out. Yep, so we're already in the hip hinge. We don't have to make that happen. It's happening right now. We're going to find the rotation, move the hips to find the rotation. Good, and now we got to drop. So what's going to happen? My shoulders are going from square, right? And now when I do that lateral drop, so you go ahead, I'm not square anymore. My right shoulder is higher than my left shoulder, which is correct. That's what we want. We want to drop into the water. When you see the photos, right, of people in this part of the stroke, you can see their entire upper back is facing the water. That is what you want. So way more like lateral drop, like drop your shoulder. Yeah, there you go. Look ahead at your drawer. Oh, all right. I feel like this probably is 5 breaths. So let's do that. Very good. Yeah. So that's that photo. We don't necessarily do photos in here of people in that part, but you know that's like the classic photo you see where everybody is like this. It's like this incredible rotation that's happening there. Awesome. We were gonna do this with no arms. No arms. Kind of fun. All right, let's try it. All right, so water's back on the right side. We have like hips. I don't want it to be awkward. Maybe like a Dracula situation? I don't know. Well, let's see. Well, I haven't done this before. It just came to me that it would be a good idea. So I don't know what's gonna happen. Okay, so we're gonna find the rotation first. Yes, we have it. Let's keep the eyes up. I'm really bad at that too. All right, and then we're gonna drop the shoulder to the hip. Good, so we're really heavy on the right side, yes? On the right foot, like the foot is heavy. The left foot is like, might even be like a little light. Is that correct? Yeah. Very nice. All right, let's get rid of the lateral bend. Let's do it again, drop. Good, push into the foot. Get rid of the lateral bend. Let's go again, drop. Yep, 2 more times. Press into the foot to get rid of it. Drop into the foot to find it. And again, drop in, lift up, derotate, and stand. Yeah. Nice. Helpful? Yeah. That's weird.
sense though. Not for growth, he's never been in a boat. I mean, you've been in a boat one time.
You sure?
Have you never? He's never been in a boat. So for him, he's just like, what the heck is going on? You got Dracula arms, like what is happening? Alright, drop it. He knows what a boat looks like. So that's a lot. Okay. So using the hips to initiate, we find the rotation. Hips initiate. Now the shoulders are still level right now. They're twisted, but they're level. Now we're gonna get rid of that levelness by dropping the shoulder towards the hip. That's the lateral bend. So we're rotating, we're dropping. Now holding here. All right, let's do a few reps and keep the rotation. We're just coming out of the lateral bend. All right, push into the foot. No lateral bend, and then drop. Lift. Drop. Lift. Oh God, I'm not looking forward. Drop. There we go. Lift. Drop. Lift. Derotate. Then stand. Very good. Yeah, very good. All right, let's put that all together a little bit more. A lot of talking. I spent like 2 hours in the sauna yesterday. I've never been so thirsty in my life. It was so crazy how and I'm still so thirsty. It's crazy. But it was for a promotional thing for a friend. So anyway, they're like taking photos. I'm like just sweating so profusely. I'm like with the drink. Anyway. Okay, let's go back to the other side. So we're gonna do the same thing. We're not gonna have any arms. I really like this no arms thing. I think it's actually very helpful. All right, so hands across, let's come into our bend. So we're gonna put it all together. Let's really feel each piece. So we're gonna rotate, drop, lift, derotate, and stand. Good. Drop down, rotate, drop, shoulder to the hip, lift, derotate, and stand. 2 more times. Drop. Let's see what this looks like. Yeah, that's all correct. Lift, derotate, and stand. Last one. Drop, rotate, lateral drop, lift, derotate, stand. Great, we're putting it all together. Okay, here we go. You just gotta roll with it sometimes. All right. Water on the left side. Bend, rotate, drop, lift, derotate, stand. Drop, rotate, lateral bend, lift, derotate, and stand. Nice job. So what I like is that we're really getting the low body involved in this rotation and derotation thing. Last one. Drop, rotate, lateral bend, lift, derotate, stand. I think it's a good one. All right, awesome. Little roll. And then we're gonna go one more time with the arms. So we're putting it all together. Putting it all together. So I'll just do a demo, and then what I'll do is I'm gonna give you 30 seconds on each side to just do your own thing, you know what I mean? So we don't have to just all stay together. But so what I'm trying to accomplish here is understanding the reason that the paddling can cause injury is because we're doing too much with the arms, right? We lack mobility in the spine and the muscles of the core, the hips, right? We lack mobility, and so to make up for it, we're trying to do way too much, and the arms get injured, right? The shoulders get injured, the neck, other things can get injured, not to freak you out, just what it is. So that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to get into all of these places. So if we're holding, I mean, we can hold like our imaginary paddle here, right? And we're gonna try to do all of this in like slow motion. Imagine yourself in a slow motion, right? And you're finding all of these pieces. It's not easy, honestly. Find all of these pieces, okay? 30 seconds. Drop. Ooh, look at that drop, Michelle. Nice. We're trying to keep our eyes to the front. I know it's not easy. Try to keep our eyes up a little bit. It doesn't have to be perfect. Now you can go through the water. Yeah, Michelle, you got it. You're going through your imaginary water. Yeah. Ooh, oh, he's got that ladder bend. Okay. Yeah. God, we're dropping it. Ooh. Yeah, go through the water a little bit, Paula. Go through your water. Yeah. A little bit of water. All right, changing sides. 3, 2, go. All of you at home are doing this as well. Doing your own little miming, pantomime situation. And you might notice it's a lot more awkward on the other side. That is normal for us to have a side that is not quite as amenable. Nice. Oh, I think this is really coming through. 10 seconds to go on this side. And let it ride. Well done, everybody. Questions or comments about?
Question,
Yes.
I have a hard time with the drop.
Yes.
Because I'm physically limited.
Could be.
Is that, I mean,
I think your job looks good. Can you give me an example?
feel really tight, like I feel like I should be way more.
Where do you feel the tightness?
It's.
On that side, yeah, where does it let you? Yeah,
Also the same.
see this side? Yeah, yeah, nice little arm. Yeah, nice. Yeah, I would say, like, do it with your arms crossed real quick. We rotate, drop shoulder towards the hip, nice. That's a good drop. Yeah, I think it's just, again, this is why we're taking the arms out of it a little bit, because actually your drop without is really good. When you're bringing your arms in, you're losing it. It might just be like in your head, you're like thinking of your arms. I don't know, but you have it without the arms. Yeah, it'll all come together. All right, let's bring it on down to the floor. We only have a few minutes left. I want to do a few nice stretches for you. So bring it down to your back. Oh yeah. Oh, it's great down there, everybody. Good, we're gonna do a nice figure 4. So the right ankle comes to the top thigh. You can hang here, pressing that right knee away with your mind to find that stretch. If you want a deeper stretch, clasping behind the hamstring on the left leg. But you still need to be pressing the right knee away with your mind, right? It's an active stretch. We're not just hanging out passively here. Once you find the position, you can breathing in and out through your nose, into your belly. Not just your belly, but like your whole torso, but the belly, often we tend to do this shallow breathing thing. Just making sure we're staying soft and open to the breath. Send that left leg out long, clasp them on the right hamstring, and straighten out the knee. Even if it's not totally straight, that's okay. Just finding a bit of a hamstring stretch here. Point and flex through the ankle. Good. And then bend your right knee to 90 degrees, draw it across the body, coming into a twist. And the right arm goes long to the side, palm facing up. Big inhale here, and on the exhalation, coming back to center, and we'll set up figure 4, second side. Yeah, the name of it's like a recovery drink. So it's a non-alcoholic drink, but it has like magnesium salts and like other things in it. And it's called Guinep, which I guess is an actual fruit. It's like a kind of lemon or lime. I had never heard of it, but that's the name of the drink. And yeah, he was wanting to do like a promotional thing. So we went to Sabu, which I don't know if anyone's been to Sabu, which is at the Burlington Surf Club. Get straighten out the left leg and clasp behind the right hamstring. Wait. Other side? Sorry. Other shit. That means I did the same side twice. My lord. All right. Pointing and flexing through the ankle. Yeah, so we went to Sabu, which is like we're between the surf club and the hula building. And it's like a sauna. Yeah, it's just like a sauna club. Good. Bend the left knee to 90 degrees, draw it across the leg. Oh yeah, but it was so windy. I mean, it was honestly a little scary being down there. But yeah, so we were we got to do that, and the massage therapist came and like did like pickleball specific massage for us while in the sauna, which was really funny because we were sweating so bad, and the massage therapist is like sweating. And so she's just, I'm like, I'm so sorry, because she's like massaging my arm, and it's literally like slick, like with sweat, and you know, the body workers don't care, like they've seen it all, I guess, but it was kind of an interesting situation. And I haven't been drinking caffeine for months now, and except like very, very intermittently, and I had one not realizing that it was like, had this like super dose of caffeine. Oh my God, I was so anxious and just so hot. It was very funny. So that was good. Slowly moving through center. Good. Giving the knees a hug in wide, and then a little rocking side to side, a little gentle. Good. Placing the feet down, we're gonna bridge up, palms are down also. So just finding a big bridge. And if you're able, bring your hands underneath you, and then start to walk your upper arm bones also underneath you. If you like, you're creating kind of this platform. Yeah, and then interlace your fingers if you can. Press your palms together, and then press the arms down and the hips up a little. Yeah, tucking the chin, so we got a really long back of the neck. Nice. Releasing the hands, walk the arms out, slowly lower down from top to bottom. Just one more hug in at the knees. And then we'll rock our way up to a seated position. Oh my gosh. Taking a few deep breaths in your seat. Good. Let the head drop down to the chest. Bring palms together, taking a moment for some gratitude to yourself for coming to your Poga, your yoga practice. Gratitude to those who practice with you and the teachers who have passed this knowledge along through the millennia, making it possible for us to be here to practice today. With this heart full of gratitude, we lift the chin, open the eyes. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Peace, peace, peace. Thank you so much for coming to your yoga practice. Such a fun little adventure every time. I never know what I'm going to do. I mean, I try to know, but then things go off the rails in usually a good way. Thanks, Ellen. Thanks for being here.